Morning everybody and welcome. So I've had a bit of a mishap, unfortunately. I used a new gel and it turns out that I'm allergic to this gel, so I've had to soak off all my nails. The one thing I try not to do, but I had no choice. It just had such a bad reaction to me. So I've had to soak off all my nails and I'm going to put new nails on. But what I've decided to do is, instead of using a gel today, I'm going to do a silk overlay to show you guys how that's done. So I put the tips on most of my nails. I've left one to show you how I prep it. So I'm just going to take my medium arbor band, and my e-file is on approximately 3000 RPMs, and I'm just going to gently take away the shine on the nail. You don't want to go too harsh on your nail. Remember, now this is your natural nail, so be very careful how you work with your natural nail. So I'm just taking the maybe just turn that up a little bit to maybe 5000 RPMs. That should be fine. You're not pushing down on it, you're just touching the top of your nail to get rid of the shine, and maybe using your arbor band like I do. I cheat and I push back my cuticle with that. So there we go, that's done. Dust that off. And because my nails are now a little bit on the sensitive side, because remember, if you guys have followed my videos, I also did a soak off about 2 months ago. As I say, I don't like to soak off. I prefer to try and save as much nails as I possibly can, because ultimately your goal is to get your natural nails to grow if they are able to grow. So I've just put a little bit of Planet Nails sticky bond on my natural nail, and I put my Planet Nails glue on my tip, and now I'm just going to glue it on. Yes, I am putting the tip very far down my own natural nail. It's simply because I want a good grip on the nail, because now obviously my nails need time to grow again. So that's it. And then take my cutter. Let's hope my cutter doesn't embarrass me and jam again, and cut it off. There we go. So now I'm going to buff these nails, and then when we come back, I'll show you how I put the I'm being tongue-tied today, how I put the silk on. Okay, so I have now put the tips on. I've buffed them, as you can see, just to smooth the nail tip with the natural nail. So now I'm going to apply my silk overlay. I know what some of you are saying, and I can hear what some of you are saying, but why not just use the gel that you're not allergic to? I'm doing this also to show you guys, if your nails have now become sensitive, because remember I said I've now just had to soak my nails off for the second time in as many months. So your nail bed becomes sensitive. Also, this can be done for people that are allergic to gel and acrylic and things like that. You can use silk overlay. So now I'm just going to put the silk on my nail. I'm going to smooth it down. And you see it won't stick because I did the one thing I shouldn't have done, and I forgot to dust everything off. Always remember to dust off. Now we're going to take a piece of the fiber, silk, sorry. I can use fiber or silk, it depends. I'm just going to put it onto my nail. Push it down. And then use my scissors to just cut the ends off that you don't need. And when I'm putting a new layer on like this, I always try to use oh, goodness gracious me. So now that that's on, I'm just going to make sure it's sitting flush with my nail. See a little piece here onto my cuticle. Get rid of that. And now I take my resin, my glue, and I just brush it on. I will be doing 2 layers of the glue just to make sure that it's nice and sturdy. I apologize for the dogs in the background. Unfortunately, the garden service is here, so the neighbor's dogs are barking. So now we let that settle for a bit while we grab the next piece of silk. And we will do this to all the nails. Don't flood your cuticles with the glue. Try and stay away from the cuticles, because you guys know that's when lifting can occur. Alright, then we've put silk, listen to me, silk on all my nails. There is silk on all the nails with glue. I'm just going to run it through, I think just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to run it through a 3rd time, just roughly with the glue. This nail of mine looks a little bit clubby, but I will fix that nail. It's just the way I haphazardly buffed it, but anyway, so that's the glue. So now we are going to use our resin activator to set the glue. Now I try and do this away from my table because I don't want this to interfere with my glue, because it will harden my glue. So there we go. And now we'll do the other hand, and I will come back and show you how the buffing goes. Alright guys, I have done all my hands. Okay, so I've put the silk on all my nails now. I just wanted to show you guys, I've got here on this piece of strip little offcuts that I've done, little pieces that I've cut off. You will need those when you do fills, because when you do a fill, you don't then put the fiber or the silk, whichever you're using, on the entire nail. You just put it at the back where it's grown out. I do have one client I do this with, as she is actually allergic to gel, and gel just pops off. What most people don't know is that gel can, when you're on any form of medication, it does have an impact on your application. And please, if you're going to do silk or fiber overlay, get yourself a proper scissors to cut. Don't get one a cheap little one. I use this one just to cut my foils with and things like that, but get a proper scissors if you're going to use that. So now we are going to do some buffing. So we'll take our board. We're just going to get rid of the rough edges first. There's always rough edges when you're doing silk, so we're going to get rid of the rough edges. And underneath, and then my buffer, just to get smooth it out. If you want to, you can use these as well. They work just as well. I do apologize if I'm sniffing. I have a bit of a hay fever. And then of course This is a 240 sponge, as I call it, and then I just go over it again, make sure it's nice and smooth. And what I like to do is I just feel across the top of the nail to see that there's no bumps, and underneath to feel that there's nothing that is hooking, and I can feel there's a bit of a hook, so we're just going to file that out, and there we go. So now we can do the rest of the nails and we can put on a base coat. Right, and there we go. I have actually put a base coat on after the buffing. You don't have to, as I've said in one of my previous videos I did, you don't need to put a base coat on if you're working with nail enhancements. Base coats, if you remember from way back when, people used to say that it would protect your nails from going yellow. I just prefer to put a base coat on. It just makes it look so much more natural, especially now that I don't have the time to actually do any nail art today. I'm unfortunately got a full day, but there you go, a new set of nails in an hour with silk overlay and a rubber base coat. Thank you very much, and please share and like this video, as I will be doing a couple of spring collections.